Hey everyone, happy Wednesday night. It is Melissa Thomas from C2C Stamping, and I am so excited you're here because we are going to make a kit that just came out. This kit is really, really nice. It's called Brilliant Blues, I believe. Hopefully I haven't messed up the name. Oh, let me pop this stuff out. All right. And yeah, I'm really excited to play with it. For those that joined us at our stamp camp, we actually gave everyone a good yard of this gold trim, this new gold ribbon. And we're going to do a little alternative to one of the cards. I'm going to show you a fun ribbon trick. So stay tuned and we're going to make some fun cards. So a couple things about this kit. I really love the colors in it. I think it's a great kit. Uh-oh. Well, I might not have the stamp set, so we'll have to improvise if that's the case. So there are some card bases that are already cut and ready for us to make beautiful cards. There's 3 different cards. We've got some pieces that we can punch out and use. So we're gonna get those for our cards. And then we gave away stamp sets, and I think we might have given away the stamp set I was going to use to make this. So that's okay. I will work creatively and figure it out. I am creative, but there's some really nice die cut pieces. Let me see if I can find the sympathy sentiments that went with this were really scripty and pretty, and I think I've got a set that'll work. I think that this set is going to work really nice as an alternative. It's called Love and Strength, and the fonts are really delicate, and I think they're going to work well with these shapes. So we're going to look and see how that goes. So let's see. We've got 3 pieces here that we want to stamp on, and I think this one probably will fit there. Great. I think we've got one that will go, I think that one will fit there. I need to put some labels on them. And then this one, I don't know. I'm gonna have to see which one fits on this tinier label and see if I can get it. Ooh, that's really tight. I think that one might need to go there. This one, we'll try it. I might have to just use a larger size label for that one. So this one says, there is hope. It's okay if all you did today was breathe. You matter. I'm here for you, sharing love and strength this season, and even when your brain tells you otherwise. So I think this is like an outside and inside sentiment for some, sympathy and get well and, those tough seasons. This is a great stamp set for that. All right, so we're gonna put some stickers on a few of these just so I can see if they're actually gonna fit or not. I don't sticker all my stamps at the same time. I wait until I am ready to use them, and then I add the stickers because that's just kind of how I think. So you're gonna take the sticker off the back, and then you're gonna make sure you've got your stamp lined up. Once you put this sticker on, it's pretty much on there. I've gotten one off before once. So you wanna make sure that you're, you've got it on there well. So these usually have like a split in them, so you can just pull that off. And I think it's a pretty dainty font in this set. It's very delicate. And I think that's great. I think it will look really good with this particular suite. So that'll be good. All right, and then this one. And sometimes, I'll just go ahead and mount them all. But for the most part, I just mount them as I use them, which then tells you which things I've used and which things I haven't. All right, I don't think those other two are gonna work, so I think that's fine. This kit came with a block and a Night of Navy ink spot. So I'll go ahead and grab my ink pad and I'll grab a block. And we'll do a little bit of the stamping first, just to see what we think goes with what. Move that out of the way. Let's see if we can get some pieces stamped. All right, so let's try this one first, Sharing Love and Strength. See if this fits well on here, which, yeah, it definitely does. That looks nice. I just don't think that's gonna fit. That's definitely not gonna fit. And I definitely don't think that's gonna fit on there. So we're just not gonna be able to use the small one. The good thing is they always give you a couple extra of the others. So we can use some of the other ones so we can kind of mix up, you know, what we're saying on all the cards. And then I'll save these little ones for some other project, some other time, right? All right, so maybe we'll do 2 of these, Sharing Love and Strength. I might put one, yeah, I'll put one on here too. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. All right, and then it's okay if all you did today was breathe. I know, I'm bold. I'm trying to, you know. Oh, well, and that's crooked because I didn't take this other one off. See, that's what I get for that. All right. We'll try again over here. Yeah. And then there is Hope. I think we can stamp that one here. I like the You Matter, but it doesn't fit right on these guys. So, perfect. We'll try it on one of the little ones that I already popped out, just because I'm curious if it fits, but I'm 90% sure. Nope, it doesn't. And that's okay. It was a good try, right? All right, so let's put a couple of these together. God bless. Okay. I'm pulling one thing out that I need. All right, and here's the directions. So all of our kits, this is the beautiful blues, all of our kits come with a set of instructions that's definitely been improved over the years. So they have numbers and they kind of show you the steps, and then they kind of show you where, you know, each of the pieces would go. And they also show you what adhesive you would want to use with what piece. So here we see there's some tear and tape, and then there's also some dimensionals, both of which are included in the kit. So we're going to put together one of these, and I'm going to set this somewhere where I'm not going to get any ink on, and I will clean these later. All right, we're going to kind of put our sentiments over on the side. All right, so this white one, there is like there's a neat little branchy looking thing in the set, and I could probably use, really I could use either one of these, but I'll use this one and we'll kind of mimic what they're doing. So on the inside of the card, they went ahead and stamped a branch, and that's just a nice, you know, extra touch. If you can stamp on the inside of a card, if you can stamp on the envelope, you know, luckily for us in this case, all of the envelopes are really, really beautiful and they're done for us. So that's really nice. All All right, so with this one, we're going to get this blue detailed piece and we're gonna add some tear and tape. So I'm just going to, this is just some skinny tear and tape I had in my stash. And I always pull from the edge, not the end, right? If you pull from the end, then you're gonna end up pulling the whole thing up. And you do wanna be careful with these guys. They're definitely delicate. All right, so that's gonna go kind of here between the two roses. And then we have one of these, and we're gonna pop this up with some dimensionals. And then this kit came with some really pretty, it's a bunch of different blues in the kit. And so these pretty blue gems we'll put on the card front as well. And it'll kind of, you know, make it all pop and be very, very pretty. And when we're putting gems on, just remember that the adhesive is, you know, underneath the gem. So, you know, pick it up with it. Sometimes when I pick up the gems, they kind of come off the adhesive. The other thing you can do is you can take your pick tool and you can kind of get the whole set together, which I like. And then that kind of assures me that I'm gonna get it together. And then I just put them in a triangular format, right? So now we have that card and that card's done and that's it. That one's really, really fast. So that's easy. The second card we're gonna do is this one. And this is the one where we're going to attach this really pretty blue overlay. So we're going to, I'm looking at the instructions just to make sure I'm not doing anything crazy. So if you have tear and tape, if you have from the kit, it'll be skinny enough that you'll be able to put some of this on the edge. If you're using our regular width tear and tape, it's a little too wide for this. It's one of the reasons why when we have a kit and it comes with tear and tape like this, I keep some of it. Like I don't use it all, you never do. But I like to keep the really narrow width one around because it really helps when you're trying to adhere things like this that have such a narrow piece. And again, I'm just gonna pull that from the edge and pull it up. The other thing you can do is you can use your little pick thing and you can just pull that. See how easy that came up? And so if I just do that. Now, one of the reasons it's coming up easy is because when I laid it down, I made sure I pressed it really well. And then I'm able just to get between that. And there we go. And then grab one more. All right, so we're gonna put this really nice lasered detail piece on top. We're gonna try to center it before it gets glued down. And then we're gonna add this detailed piece. And we're actually gonna add this with some dimensionals. And what I like about their instructions is that they tell you exactly like how many and where they need to go. And you don't have to be perfect about it, but you know, I always get questions about, well, how many dimensionals should I use and where should I put them? And in their directions, they tell you, which is nice. All right, so we wanna make sure we orient this the right way. I think it goes like that. Yeah, perfect. And then this one it used the small one, but we don't have the small one available. So, and they just used a little bit of tear and tape here. We're gonna use a larger one and we're gonna put it right. I'm gonna go lower here, right there, nice. And then again, we've got some gems that we're gonna put on the card. Maybe, I don't know, ooh, yeah, that one popped. All right, I don't know where I wanna put these guys. I'm gonna put one here maybe. And then maybe we'll put one here and one like here. Nice. All right, there we go. Pretty card, easy peasy done. All right, now the fourth card, as designed by them. So this card base is easily divisible. So we can get 2 cards out of here. So I've already taken one of the other ones and split it in half. And we'll do a fourth card. So we're basically adding, this kit makes 12 cards? No, 9 cards. The kit makes 9, but then we're able to double up these. So 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so you can make 12 cards out of each kit, which is really, really nice. So I'll show you how to make that alternative one in a second. What we're gonna do first is we're going to get this white. So there's just a little piece of white, and we're gonna put a little bit of tape on the back of it. And we're gonna put that over here, somewhere-ish. And then we're going to get one of these pieces. So I see in their directions that they actually glued this piece to the back of this, which is fine, or you can do it this way, right? It doesn't really matter, but you know, you get to decide how you want to do that. All right, and we'll put some little jewels on here. And then we're gonna make the alternative card. So I just got a thick white card base, and this is just half, right? So I could put this on here straight, or I'm gonna actually trim it down just a little bit. I need my little chopper. So this was actually a joining special years ago, and I kind of wish that we still had it. It's a great, great tool, and we do have a joining special right now. You get $165 in May, and you get for $99, which is great. All right, I'm gonna show you guys how to do this cool ribbon technique. Let me see. All right, so we're gonna take 2 small pieces of ribbon. They're gonna be doubled over, and they're gonna be tucked behind, so they're probably each maybe 5 to 6 inches. So I'm gonna take two lengths of ribbon, and we're going to interlace them. So I'm just gonna have it so that they interlace, and I'm gonna put them, I want them to be right about here. So I'm gonna turn my card over, and I'm gonna grab some adhesive, wherever it might be in my, I'm kind of, you know, I've been teaching classes at senior centers, and we had our stamp camp, and all my stuff is in different buckets and supply areas. It's been a little wild, so. All right, so we're gonna do one side. So I kind of want to make sure I've got it aimed at the right spot, and I think that's about the right spot. So I'm gonna tape this over here. So I'm kind of taping one side, and then I'm gonna come on this side, and I'm gonna tape this side. And I want it pretty tight because I want it to do that kind of neat, you know, pull technique. So, all right, and then I'll add, gotta make sure we get both of them down nice. And then I'm gonna add, you know, a little more tape everywhere just to, you know, make sure we get it on there good. And And then let's say that you don't have an extra one of these pieces, then you can, you could punch a piece, and you could, that's what we did. We punched some circles and did that. We could also put this piece on here. And you know, I also kind of like the idea of going up and down on this one too. I think that could be really cool. But we can go like this, and we can just put some dimensionals on the top and the bottom to kind of create like a channel for the ribbon. So we'll do top and bottom. Nice. And then we've got our little sentiment piece, and we're ready to go. And I might even, maybe I'll add a jewel. I've got one jewel left, so I'll add a jewel there. So perfect. So hopefully this shows you that you can take the cards, you can definitely make them as is. You could substitute in a different stamp set if you wanted birthday cards or anniversary cards or wedding cards. These are all beautiful and elegant cards, and I think they would work well for any occasion. The stamp set that comes with it is a sympathy stamp set, but I think it's a fabulous, fabulous set of cards, and I thank you for joining me today. All right, thanks so much, y'all. I appreciate it, and I hope that you're having a great summer and keeping cool. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.